directors and founders of the PRG Group.
Tom Hibbard, Director and Founder of the PRG Group, which houses both Panoramic Associates and IO Associates.
So I'm Joe Pratton from Unify Communications. I'm the Client Manager for Panoramic Associates.
So we founded Panoramic Associates in 2009 as a specialist level staffing firm. We supply into various sectors such as the insurance sector, banking sector, the public sector encompassing the NHS and local authorities, also utilities and technology sectors.
We've undergone a period of quite significant growth over the last 5 years or so, but we've reached capacity on our old premises. The new office enables us to grow or quadruple our headcount, as well as continue to diversify into new markets. We've just launched our first diversified business into the IT sector under the brand of IO, but we're now in a position where we've both got the space and the infrastructure to start targeting a number of new markets and sectors.
We're still very much at the start of the journey. We've just taken on new premises, we've diversified for the first time into the technology markets, but the plans over the next 5 to 10 years are to grow the business exponentially and to diversify even further into new markets, into new territories, all of which of course will mean great opportunities for those guys internally and hopefully an even enhanced offering for our customers.
Over the course of the last 10 years, the recruitment market's changed dramatically. We've had to adopt a far more client-centric approach. It's extremely competitive, it always has been, but it's even more competitive now. We've had to differentiate ourselves from the crowd by becoming even more expert within the fields that we've chosen to operate within, and we've become far more reliant on systems to ensure that we get to the market more quickly than our competitors. We've faced numerous challenges from a technical perspective. Previously we were in serviced offices whereby the systems or the infrastructure was not scalable and we weren't able to move offices and take all of the systems with us. In addition to that, we've faced previous issues with regards to remote working. We need to be able to service our clients at any given opportunity to ensure that we're one step ahead of the competition and to ensure that we're continuing to offer the service that we promised that we would do. We can now do that. But one of the biggest issues has been the limited ability that the systems have offered to aid and support the training and development of our key people in the business that will allow us to ultimately provide the service or a better service to the clients that we ultimately are striving to achieve.
So we started working with Panoramic Associates approximately about a year ago now, when they were faced with the challenge of moving offices and what phone system do they go for. We worked with them for many weeks to understand the benefits of on-premise or in the cloud. It was very quick to see that actually a cloud-hosted phone system was the best one for them.
They've got a cracking reputation within the industry, and once we met them, they provided us with an awful amount of confidence that they'd be able to deliver a seamless product to us that would enhance our service offering.
The guys at Unify have been great. From the moment we started speccing out the new premises, throughout the implementation phase and the build phase, they were always on hand. And since we've been in and been up and running, any issues we've had, which haven't been many, but they've always been at the end of the phone and been able to resolve any queries very quickly and simply. And yeah, it's been faultless. We looked at a number of different options when Unify came in to see us, but Horizon was the standout winner in terms of it offered everything that we could ever wanted to do, really.
So we chose Horizon for many reasons, but one of the main ones was the ability to bolt on a Kixi. So what Kixi gives Panoramic is the ability to see all of their call traffic, all of their call stats, and for recruitment companies where 90% of their work is done over the phone, this is a huge benefit for them, and one of the reasons why they actually bought the phone system in itself. One of the other benefits that I feel Horizon gives them is the ability to grow up and flex back down again. If Panoramic choose to open a new office in London, Manchester, it's not a case of going out to buy a new phone system again, it's how many more handsets do you want turning up.
There are a number of plus points to the Horizon system, from the reduced setup costs initially through to the fact that all the calls are prepaid, so there's no additional call charges. But predominantly it was about the usability and the functionality of the system. And there's two main areas to that. Firstly, the sort of monitoring aspects, which now enabled us to provide or have access to much more sophisticated monitoring systems than we ever had previously, but also from a coaching, training, development point of view, which is key for us to make sure that the service we're offering our clients is second to none. The ability now to both monitor calls in a real-time scenario, actually on the floor as they're happening, is fantastic, as indeed is the ability to actually go back and review calls because they all get recorded. Being a recruitment company as well, you'll very quickly see that they absolutely hammer the phones.
One of the big selling points of Horizon is being able to bundle in all of the call minutes into the cost of the subscription. So you'll see that their phone costs have dropped from around £1,000 a month to around £200 a month, and that's whilst they've tripled in size.
First and foremost, the Kixie telephone system allows people's telephone activity to be far more visible than it ever was before. Specifically, that means that at a glance, at any given time, we can see whether or not we've missed any calls, and if we have, on the rare occasion, missed a call, it tells us exactly where it's come from and which consultant should call the client back. Ultimately, that enhances the performance of the team, offering a better service to our clients.
Horizon being hosted means that it's so easy to deploy. It actually allowed the guys to really concentrate on growing the business and concentrating on the other sides of the office move and not worrying about what server plugs into what gateway. It allows them just to roll handsets out and focus on running their recruitment business rather than concentrating on looking after a phone system.
We as an organisation have already experienced a significant return on the investment. From an operational perspective, it allows us to develop our people extremely well. From a performance perspective, it allows us to deliver exactly what we say we will do, and overall, it's more cost effective.